have the official Q&A trainer, Miss Aika Macaso. Round of applause, please. And of course, I would also like to acknowledge our official media partners who are with us today. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Maraming salamat for being here to ensure that you spread the good news about our lovely delegates to the universe and beyond. Last but not least, I'd also like to acknowledge our official California accredited partner for Miss Universe Philippines, the Miss Philippines California, headed by Miss Jennifer Ruth Hammond and Miss Jeff Hammond. A round of applause, please. Yes, thank you so much to our guests and also to our official media partners for being here and for having the opportunity to grace the event and to witness our delegates up close and personal. Thank you once again.
Thank you for coming.
Bye,
Yes, of course. While they're here, let's have a photo opportunity.
Gitna dapat yung dalawa. Alam mo dito yan.
Ayan, may palights na. Thank you so much.
Here po. Diyan. One more.
In this side po.
Center, please.
California media. California Clipet.
1, 2, 3.
Dito po, KTLA News.
One more here. Thank you.
Ito yung lalaki.
All right, I think we're good now. We're good to go now. It is time to see and hear our lovely delegates up close and personal as they get to introduce themselves one by one. So are you all ready? Yes, I'm so excited. So without further ado, here are the lovely delegates from the Golden State of California.
Dati California girls. Hala, first time ko sila nakita.
Nakaka-surprise.
First time ko sila nakita. Wait, photo muna bago hi.
Wait, sorry, got it?
Photo muna tayo bago hi.
I photo them.
Okay.
Photo first. In the middle.
Alison. Pwede ba akong kailan? Compress.
O
yung parang BF. Ganda.
Perfect.
Do your right. Right. Kila. Nasaan ang right? Di alam.
Dito na.
Perfect.
To your left.
To your left. Perfect.
In this side po, dito po.
Alright. Ay, dito po. Sa taas naman. Here.
One more here. One more here.
Tapos here po. KTLA. Alright. Chico, California. Ayan.
Thank you so much. So I think it's time for you to introduce yourselves one by one.
Alright. Oh, wait lang po. Wait lang po. Okay po.
Ready na kayo? Hi everyone, I am Allison E., your Miss Philippines Northern California.
Allison E. will represent the Filipino Society of Caloocan. She is a chemical engineer and has worked with globally known brands like Tesla. She aims to show that Filipinas can make a global impact, proving that brilliance is not only powerful, but beautiful. Once again, Allison E.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, hello. Is it working? Hello. Hi everyone. Can you say it? Hello.
It's a prank.
Just kidding.
It happens.
Okay.
You're the light.
Hello. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Kayla Jane Yusi-san, representing Miss Universe San Francisco.
Kayla Jane Asisan will represent the Filipino Society of Bago City, Negros Occidental. She is a business major and works as a human resource generalist. She also advocates for confidence, inclusivity, and self-acceptance. Once again, Kayla Asisan.
Hello everybody. I am Taylor Marie De Luna, and I am the Miss Philippines Southern California.
Taylor Marie De Luna will represent the Filipino Society of Malay Aklan. She is a scuba diver, model, and aspiring actress, and an advocate for women's health focusing on preventive care. She is also a fashion designer, incorporating her Filipino roots in every design. Once again, Taylor Marie De Luna. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our lovely delegates who will represent their Filipino societies respectively. Once again, please, let's give them a round of applause, please. They all look so stunning, grabe. Oo, parang major throwback siya sa akin, no? Oo, ako na lang kulang ata. Yeah, so anyway, now's the time to have an photo opportunity with our guests. I would like to request our friends from Aces and Queens, Miss Aika Macaso, and yes, and of course with Miss Jennifer Hammond and Miss Jet Hammond, a photo opportunity with our delegates before we proceed with the interview.
Closer.
Gano'n ka-close?
That's super duper. Closer. Here. Gorgeous.
Here.
Allison. Girl.
Once again, for our guest, you may now.
Girls here, decide. Another one, walang pipikit, alright.
Parang walang hihinga na, no?
Perfect.
Hello. Okay, walang gagalaw.
One more here, one more here.
Okay, walang titibok. Walang titibok.
Here.
Taylor.
Local director, tawagin ka rin. Para for photo.
Live
Sino
kiss.
Jen at saka Jen.
Sino?
Sila naman after. Together.
Okay.
Once again, I'd like to call in our guests. Our guests, please come forward for the photo opportunity. Together with the delegates.
Lahat.
Sige.
Ganda ng Jen.
Next year.
Candidate ko nga next year eh. Pinalo ako.
Here. Center po.
Tayo.
Here po. Perfect.
All right. Thank you so much. I'd like to request Miss Jennifer Hammond and Miss Jet Hammond to please remain to have a photo opportunity with the delegates. As an accredited partner.
Vicky, ikaw talaga next.
Ikaw talaga, Vicky, ha?
At least may formal photo kayo with your lovely delegates.
Top 5.
Pwede pa si Jen, di ba?
Oo.
Pwedeng sama ka din, Vicky.
Okay, sure.
Sa gitna, please.
Sama ka din.
Center. Here po.
Okay, center muna ha. And then, dito muna sa amin.
Punta dito. Pagkaroon ha.
Ayan.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Concentrate. BTLA po.
Pwede na po nakatin sa camera.
And BCLA. Here please.
Here.
Ito naman.
Ganda naman. Parang candidates lahat na.
May ipong lumaban.
So I think we're good. Thank you so much. And now let's proceed to getting to know the delegates a little bit more. So you may now take your seats. Para relax lang tayo dito. Chill lang kayo, girls, ha? So at this point, I'm gonna ask each of you a question, but at least we get a glimpse of your personality and who you are as a person. And now I'd like to start with Allison E. But before that, it's so amazing that I'm now a host. of a press con. Kasi I remember last year, di ba, na parang I used to be in your position, and it's quite different to be at this perspective as a host, looking at you now as a delegate. Anyway, Allison E, I'd like to ask you one question. Now, who and what motivated you to join Miss Universe Philippines?
The little me, the 10-year-old me, who was always a pageant fan. Every single year I would watch Miss Universe Philippines, Binibining Pilipinas, and Miss Universe. I did not miss. And so eventually I thought maybe I could be on that stage. And throughout the years I gained more and more confidence in myself. And of course my glow up factor then. So ayun, by the time it was about 2 years ago, I thought maybe I could be Miss Universe Philippines. And last year I decided that in 2025, I would like to join and fulfill that childhood dream of mine and make the 10-year-old Allison very proud.
Yes, and you're finally here. No,
I know,
grabe.
it's been so many years in the making and it's definitely a dream come true.
Yes, thank you so much, Ali, for sharing your thoughts. Now I'd like to go to Kayla Osison. Hello, hello. It's so good to see all of you finally in person. Now I'd like to ask you, what makes you stand out as an official delegate of Miss Universe Philippines 2025?
What makes me stand out? I would really say that I am the first person to represent the Bay Area and the first person to represent Baguio City. So I like to think that everything I'm bringing to the table is very new. So that alone will help me stand out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kayla, for sharing your thoughts. And now, let's proceed to Taylor Marie De Luna. Here's your question. What's one thing you're really focused on working in your preparation all throughout your MEPH journey?
You know, with preparation, it comes with a lot of passerella training and a lot of Q&A training. But actually, the thing that I've been putting the most focus on is taking care of myself. I've been focusing a lot on self-care because this is a journey that I am using for personal development as well. So really just putting in the work to make sure that I'm taking care of myself and making sure that every day I put my next steps forward and become a better version of myself.
Thank you so much, Taylor. And I think we've already warmed up a bit. So I think it's about time to open the floor to our official media partners for your questions. Once again, to our official media partners, the floor is now open.
Okay.
Huwag nila akong tanongin. Kinabahan ako.
Is there any mic down? Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
By the way, I'm Nolly for OPMB Worldwide. So, okay, my question is, what influenced you para to embark a journey, or who influenced you to embark a journey in the Miss Universe Philippines pageant?
Aside from what I said earlier of a childhood dream of mine, I really want to show young girls that you do not have to choose. You do not have to go on a straight path to becoming either an engineer or a beauty queen, either an intellectual or a creative. Because you can have both, and that's what I'm standing for. And really my message to the universe is that there is so much beauty in brilliance. Beauty is not defined by how you look like, but rather something that is within you. What do you carry in this world? What are you putting forth? What energy and what values are you showcasing to the universe? And to me, I hope that everybody could see that I am putting forth brilliance, intelligence, and the dream of becoming an engineer and a beauty queen. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Can you repeat one more time?
Okay, what influenced or who influenced you to embark a journey in Miss Universe Philippines?
So growing up, I've always been sobrang maarte. And let's face it, pageantry has that maarte factor to it. So when I first joined the first pageant I did back in 2022, being around Taylor, we actually joined the first pageant, and just being around other powerful women really influenced me to continue this journey. And luckily through Jet and after Jen, I'm able to represent San Francisco and my hometown in Baguio City for the first time. Same question for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So my story is a story that really is fueled by pain and it's turned into purpose. I lost my mom to cancer just about 6 months ago, and I believe that it's in God's timing that my life unfolded this way, because around the month before she passed away, I actually got a call from the California team asking if I would like to be appointed as Southern California. And I actually promised my mom, I asked her her opinion, and she made me promise her that I would join. So even though that she's passed, I'm still fulfilling that promise, and that I'm dedicating this journey to her and my advocacy to her now as a women's health activist and preventative care.
Okay, there's a follow-up question. So anyone of you can answer my follow-up question. Okay, can you describe a typical regular day life of an Asian American, or to be specific, a Pinay American in the United States, living in the United States?
Yeah, we'll go backwards. Well, you know, growing up, I was actually quite filled with many cultures, being a Filipino American but born in Thailand and raised in China. So my day is very filled with cultural aspects. So typically I would wake up and I would see my mom, and we would maybe have some rice, make some garlic rice and egg, and then maybe for lunch we would have some maybe tompagay from Thailand, and then maybe finish off the night with some Chinese food. I mean, filling the day with cultural aspects I think is really important to show my identity, and it really does play a big part in how I go about not just my day-to-day that you ask, but also who I am as a person sitting here before you. Day-to-day, back in California in the Bay Area, I'd like to say that the Bay Area is its own little bubble, filled with so much diversity. So my day-to-day here is honestly pretty much the same as back home, filled with family, filled with Jollibee, filled with just love and support all the time. Moving here from California honestly wasn't that hard because of how similar it was. I was also filled with so many Filipinos and so much of our culture and food. So much of my day is pretty much like here. I think I'd like to share about my first few months after moving to California from the Philippines. Kasi dito ako lumaki sa Caloocan talaga. And when I was 16, I moved to LA actually to continue with my studies and pursue the dream of becoming an engineer in Silicon Valley. But those first few weeks were very rough. I would say the assimilation was tough in terms of social and cultural norms, and not so much as for the academic side, because actually the Philippines is way more advanced compared to the public education in the United States. So I felt like my Philippine education prepared me for that. What was hard was making friends and finding other Filipinos in California. But you know what? I thought I wouldn't find any. I realized that there are so many Filipinos in California. And in Northern California alone, we have 1.2 million Filipinos. And it's been a community ever since. So now, as an engineer, my day-to-day starts with getting to my company. There's always a Filipino tita group in the break room, and they'll always offer me tinapay because they always have their breakfast, coffee, and pandesal. So they always tell me, Neng, punta ka dito, kain ka rin, samahan mo kami. But I always be like, sorry, I need to go into the lab. And then lunch is about convincing my fellow engineers who are not Filipino to go 5 minutes to the store na parang lunch place siya. but they serve breakfast. So I try to share tapsilog with them, longganisa, like that. And yeah, just there are so many Filipinos talaga. So your question was, what's the Filipino-American experience like? It's all about finding our home away from home because there is so many Filipinos. There are so many Filipino restaurants and Filipino culture around us in California.
Okay, very well said, ladies. That's a block to all of you.
Thank you po.
Thank you, the ancestor of pageantry, Mr. Dolly Perez. I'm Edge of Pageantology. I just wanna know muna, so how did you get can you tell us the process and how did you get the title? Nagkaroon ba ng pageant sa California, girls? Also appointed kayo for respected sashes. So, ito yung favorite kong question sa mga candidates natin, no? So, can you give us 3 trivia na gusto nyo i-share sa amin? Interesting facts about yourself. Wait lang. Start natin kay, of course, the pretty Southern California na yung trivia na gusto mong i-share sa audience natin.
Okay. I mean, I would like to start off with one thing that really does make a part of my personality. I love animals. I actually have adopted 7 animals. So back at home, they're all waiting for me. They bring a lot of comfort and they're really like my family. Yeah. So the second one, I'm quite a creative actually. So I study fashion design and technology, and that's where that would be my outlet for all of my arts. And actually in college, I would be making designs and incorporating the Filipino culture in a lot of the designs. And thirdly, I would say that I've always been really connected with culture and with nature. So in that, I got my scuba diving certification here in the Philippines at age 14.
Magaling.
Okay, 3 facts. I think the first one would be that I'm an ate to a younger sister who's 3 years younger than me. But if you always see me like fixing Ali's dress or their hair, I can't escape being an ate all the time. Second one is I worked as a human resources generalist before coming here, and I actually got my degree in that. And lastly is I am a mother to a dog. Named Cooper, who's 5 months old, back home in the States. How got you guys there?
Posted na. Posted na.
I always start with the fact that I am a chemical engineer in Silicon Valley. So I'm the nerd of the batch, and this was a dream of mine talaga. That's why I moved to California. I knew that the forefront of technological development, I mean, now we have AI in Silicon Valley. That's what gets me going. That's what gets me excited. Second fact, I used to work at Tesla. I was an intern there in the battery research and development unit. And on weekends, sumasayday na po. I would deliver cars directly from the car factory and into the customers' homes. And it was my favorite part of my job. Actually, it's like extra lang. But it was my favorite thing because I would get to the customer's house and see their joy and excitement from getting this product that I know maybe the batteries in that car might have been something that I helped develop. So that was super exciting for me. And then the third fact is I actually am a busker. So for those who don't know that term, it's somebody who sings on the streets for tips. And so in Silicon Valley, sometimes pag sawi or kapag nasa-stress, I go to the streets and I always have my equipment in my car para if I'm in the mood to sing and let my emotions out, I go there and sing mga heartbreak songs, mga melody songs.
Sample, girl.
Hindi kami naniniwala.
Yeah, super love
No
it.
singing, not true.
Yeah, so I love bringing that Filipino element in because I know we're all singers.
Ang bongga ng mga bayo, nakakatuwang malaman ang ating mga secreto tree of our delegates. Aside from Pia Wurzbach and Catriona Gray, who's your favorite beauty queen? Or Miss Universe?
Ayusin nyo.
Yeah, Miss Lauren.
You can say
Nagpasahan,
ex-Gloria.
Aside from me.
You know, I will actually say something a little bit different from many Filipinos. I think I'll pull this from being born in Thailand, but I'm gonna have to say Miss Antonia Porcel. You know, she was not only a very beautiful physically, but she was very beautiful internally. The way she would express herself, and I think I relate to her in a way that she's real. You know, she did not portray herself in a perfect way, but she portrayed herself that was very relatable. And I hope to do the same in my journey.
Pero kamukha mo si Amanda Opta. Thank you, girl.
For me, it would have to be Arbany. Having her come from Texas to represent USA and then now being known here in the Philippines as half Filipina, I relate so much to the way she speaks, her slang. You know, growing up in her slang, the way she says y'all, or just her mannerisms are very similar to what it's like being in California. So I love that she doesn't change the way she speaks, even coming here to the Philippines, and she still empowers the way she is back home in Texas. So it's very inspiring, especially coming from the States, that she's so loved here in the Philippines. So I hope that's me too one day. I would have to say Rabia Mateo. Because I watched her journey, this was the pandemic days, I was super dog, just like you guys probably. But I saw the grit. I saw how she surprised everybody come finals night. And what I love about her the most is that she focused so much on her Q&A training. As someone who loves to talk, I know that Q&A is really rough, and I love that she actually exposed herself and she did all her Q&A training on Instagram Live. Maybe I'll do that sometime, but it shows you that a lot of hard work goes into pageantry, and I'm learning that now, especially as someone who never really walked in heels. I've been going to passerella training regularly for the past year now, actually, so I'm so excited for you to see my walk. But I thank Rabia because of her hard work.
Thank you, girls, and good luck.
Thank you, Paul.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Christian from the Crown Philippines. Congratulations. I would say that you're doing well so far since the press presentation. So, relatability has always been an unspoken criteria of Filipino pageant fans in terms of selecting and supporting their queens. And the challenge of relatability is mostly thrown towards delegation and representatives coming from Filipino societies abroad. How do you plan, or any strategy or any way that you can break the barrier so you can get more support, of course, from the Filipino fans?
Well, a lot of people probably won't assume this, but I actually grew up here sa Caloocan. And talagang dito ako lumaki. I speak Tagalog fluently. It was my first language, English as my second. And I sound like this because the past few years of my life has been in America. But the way we can relate is through struggle. I really feel that being authentic and transparent about this whole journey, really. I mean, I'm somebody who does not wear makeup every day. I, in fact, just put sunscreen on and go to work. I don't wear heels, so maybe just being more transparent about my training, how I've gotten to where I am here, and how hard work really is what's key to becoming a beauty queen. Because, you know, I know we're put on a pedestal, right? Being beautiful, being tall, and always being poised. But real life is not always like that. We're not sitting up straight 24/7, I will admit myself. And I think that's where relatability comes in. Just being honest about who you really are. I love your answer. Ako, next talaga. Relatability. You know, working in HR, I learned that a lot of people just like to be heard. And I love to just listen, you know, as much as I love to chica and talk about my life. I've learned to be relatable is you just need to talk and inspire people. And so I aim to speak to as many people as I can. Even when it comes to people on Instagram, right now, it's manageable. But I've been replying to as many people as I can and just knowing that or just letting them know that I see them and being super transparent to social media. So I always post. I like to post my daily activities, just let them know what I'm up to and hopefully they can relate to it in some way. And for me, you know, like I mentioned before, my mom just passed away recently, so I'm very much in the midst of grief. And like Ali has mentioned, humans really do connect through struggle. And through my relatability, I want to share my story because there's many people who have gone through this. There's many other young women who have lost their mothers. And sharing my story, I hope that people will see their story because I don't want to only relate as a woman. I don't want to only relate as a Filipina, but I want to relate on a human level because I think that's where the deepest connections are really made.
Thank you. On a lighter note naman, kung merong pagkaing Pinoy that would best describe one of your top qualities, anong pagkaing Pinoy yun?
Beef steak.
Steak.
It's just my favorite. I think for me, it's my comfort food. So I just want to be able to share my love and my comfort with everyone. I feel like they're eating beef steak with me. Growing up, I love eating ensaymada. And ensaymada, that's my favorite, is the perfect level of sweetness and super cheesy, just like my jokes.
I agree. Charing.
For me, I would say sinigang. Because as we all know, sinigang is quite versatile. Depending on what you like, you can put in it and it'll work. And it's also quite sour, and when I was young, my mom would always tell me, like, why do you have a sour face? I was quite shy. And although now I don't really have that sour face, I would hope a sweeter face, thank you. I would say sinigang.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi girls, this is Pao. First and foremost, congratulations, and I'm so happy that after the press presentation, yun na at nangyayari na. So my first question is, can you share more about your advocacy to us?
Yeah, I would love to share more about my advocacy. So, my advocacy is really driven through my story. And actually, I have found that the two leading causes of death for women in cancer is cervical cancer and breast cancer. And when I saw this, I did more research and I actually saw that there was a lot of room for improvement in the Philippines with the promotion of preventative care and the importance of early detection. So although Philippines has made such great strides in promoting these aspects, it's just not hitting some corners of the Philippines. And I hope that through my journey I'm able to speak more about the importance of getting your checkups, of getting your vaccines, and knowing that it is safe and that it is very important as women and especially as young women. So that I'm able to push the narrative into all of the places of the Philippines where that message might not be reached. For me, I'd really like to highlight the heart of an advocate. So what does that mean? You know, we have people who are so deep into their advocacies, which is amazing. That's what Beauty Queen should do. But for many people, what we don't see is that having an advocacy or being an advocate is actually a privilege that many people don't have. A lot of Filipinos really struggle to put food on their table or barely have time for their families. So how are they able to advocate? So for me, I really want to become that middle ground for both of them and show that anything that you do, whether it's posting or supporting, that is enough, and highlighting the heart of that. Because for me, I could speak about being a Morena, my experiences of being a Filipina in California and growing up,
and how many of us struggle with feeling Filipino enough, or even speaking about the advocacy of Miss Universe Philippines, which is love above all. But I really want to highlight that having the heart and the compassion is more than enough to be an advocate, and I want to normalize it and encourage people to do whatever they can.
When I was growing up here, I know that Filipino families place a lot of importance on looks. I think everybody can relate to going to a Christmas gathering and being told, "Uy, pamayat ka na," or "Uy, ang ganda-ganda mo." I was not the kid who got those compliments, and that crushed me. Instead, I turned into my talents. I learned from a young age. My mom was telling me always, "Oh, you're actually really good at math and science," and I personally love doing those subjects and studying for those subjects. And so I thought, okay, I'll draw confidence from my strengths. And that's when I started pursuing math competitions, I did robotics competitions, and eventually I went to high school at Philippine Science High School, which I'm so happy about because those are where I had my fondest memories growing up. And so my advocacy is to show young women and be a representation on that stage. I think there's so much power in visibility, and when I was younger, I did not have that Filipino engineer idol, I guess. I think we are lacking that in the country, and I want to be that person that young girls can look up to. Because usually, the path to brilliance is not glamorous. So I want to show both sides, the beauty queen side and the scientist in me. And I want to showcase that you do not have to look good, because that's a lot of girls, they think that's their value in looking good. I was that one young girl too, that's why I understand this. But there is so much beauty in being intelligent and pursuing your dreams, not just being a beauty queen. And I think I want to showcase that you can be both, that you need to follow your path, whatever that might be, and not listen to others, not listen to the negative thoughts, the negative comments that you get from those people around you, and instead focus on your talents, because that's where you'll truly shine, and that's where your life will take you places that you never even thought about.
And thank you so much for sharing your stories. But I just want to follow up, since you've already joined the pageant, how will you manage bashing, since right now most of the pageant fans are looking at you, are looking at your online, on your social media, how will you balance it?
So the first time I got a negative comment, I was actually flattered, because I was like, oh my god, I'm a true beauty queen. It was such a moment for me. Thankfully, I had the confidence to not let that affect me. But moving forward, if I do get into a place where I'm getting lots of negative comments thrown at me, I just really need to look at my core, my real values. And to me, I mean, this experience is quite amazing. The fact that I'm an engineer competing with the top beauty queens, I mean, in this Buksaan, right? Yeah. This is my first national pageant, so it is such an honor to even be here. So that's where I'll draw my strength from, the fact that I'm pursuing this childhood dream of mine, and the fact that my value is not based on my looks.
For me, I love to live in a delusional world. So, for all the bashers, my favorite thing to do is block, delete, ignore. Kasi I feel like any aspect in life naman, you always have bashers. And I've learned to just completely zone it out. But that's something I'm teaching my family to do too. Kasi they like to respond, but for me, I try not to take it personal. You know, this is a journey that I'm really focusing on my mental health, my relationship with God. So other than blocking, I'm praying for myself and for everyone else. I try not to look at it, because if it's not there and I don't see it, then wala.
You know, before coming into this pageant, I knew that fashion was going to be a part of this journey. I mean, it's inevitable. And I think as pageant girls, we should know that when we see fashion comments, or if we are getting hate, we can remember that we are who we are, and we should be secure in that.
I also have actually seen a few comments maybe saying that I'm not Filipino enough, or that I may be weak compared to some of the veterans. But when I saw these comments, I was surprised myself that I actually felt quite powerful when I saw those, because I want to pull power from getting that. I want to prove them wrong. I want to prove that I am strong, even though I'm a fresh face, and even though I am a Filipino. I know that I'm a Filipino, and I know that I'm confident in that.
Just don't feed all the negativity you read online.
Hi guys, it's Sherman. Okay. Aside from the places in your stashes, Northern California, San Francisco, and Southern California, my question is, you're representing also another place in the Philippines. So, how much do you know about it, and how would you represent it?
Good question. Oh.
So as we know, Boracay is a Malaya clan. And growing up from China, Philippines is actually just like a 3-hour flight. So I would actually be here quite often, and Boracay is always the first place that I would go. Anywhere in Malaya clan, we have so many beautiful places for people to visit. So it's a place that I hold very close to my heart, and that I have a lot of people that I love there. So it's definitely a place that I use as part of my identity, not only Southern California, but the whole of Manila.
So representing Bago was something that I was actually super excited about. My father actually has been living there for the past 10 years, and my family, I have so many family there. Although I don't speak Ilonggo, I know the important words like guapa, bigaon. But I feel very connected to them because last year I was able to go there, meet their mayor, and judge for the Diwata ng Bago, and feel part of their community, join their parade. So I've met the mayor, not the president, but the mayor, and I have so much family there that even though I'm here in Manila, or even when I'm in California, I feel super connected to them. So I'm so excited to represent them for the first time.
I'll be representing Caloocan in this edition of Miss Universe Philippines, and it's truly an honor because that's where I spent the first few years of my life growing up. I still remember coming out to the streets because a lot of the houses, they're tabi-tabi lang, and then you know your neighbors talaga. And you go out, you eat the street food. I personally love the ensaimadas from this specific bake shop that has been there for more than 100 years. And I think the best way to represent a place is to do your due diligence of visiting the best places in that town, talk to the leaders, talk to the people especially, and ask them what they want to see represented on the stage. I think that's the best way to represent a place, and that's exactly what I have been doing and will continue to do.
Thank you, ladies. Ang gaganda natin. Hi, ladies. This is Jay. I'm from Aklaan.
Kasi Akla.
Oh, it's Aklaan. Choice. Anyway, we all know that the Miss Universe Philippines has started their competition. So my question for you ladies, what makes you excited about this pageant?
Wow.
Wow! May accent yeah.
I'm such a huge pageant fan. And so the fact that there are so many veterans who I used to be and still am fans of, I get to see them almost every day. That's definitely a delayed moment for me. And as a pageant fan too, now I get to see the perspective of the girls, because I am one of them. So from here on, after this, if I do get to watch, I'm excited to know the feeling that the girls have in the moment. Yeah, aside from that, talagang the veterans, I would say, it's such an honor to be on that stage with them, to be competing against them, but really just enjoying the journey with them and having these next few months getting to know them very well.
For
me, I'm very excited to make my family proud. You know, every step of the way, they're with me, although they're in Bago or back in California. To me, just the fact that I'm doing something that no one in my family has done before, and I get to represent them, the Bay Area, Bago City, that alone makes me excited and makes me want to come and see you guys every day and be excited for this journey.
For me, I would say it's really all of the above. You know, as Alex mentioned, I've been a very big fan of pageantry, and it's so interesting to be on the other side of it. I know what the fans want, because I have been a fan all of my life, and now being here, I'm just hoping that I'm able to deliver what I know that my version of myself as a fan would want. And besides that, really just feeling the purpose that I believe that God has put into my life. I'm able to use Miss Universe Philippines as part of my journey in that, and I'm so forever will be grateful for that. And also, it is really exciting to meet all of the girls. From veterans to new faces, we all have such an important story to share, and we have such unique personalities, and it's one of the things that really drive my journey, as well as connecting with the fans, you know? Like I said, it's really all of the above. So some of my favorite memories of already that has happened has been connecting with the fans and relating to them in ways that I didn't expect. So it's been super fulfilling so far.
So, alright. Thank you so much. It's just a follow-up question. So, despite of having a hectic schedules of this year's Miss Universe Philippines, so I'm just curious about what's your favorite way to spend a weekend?
Weekend. Press con.
Yes, a press con. You know, we are so jam-packed with so many pageant activities that we have very few rest days. But on the weekends when we do get that rest day, I really love to just connect with myself. I spend a lot of time journaling and I spend a lot of time praying. It really helps me ground myself. And you know, my family being a representative of a Filcom area, all of my family is actually still in America, so I would go back and connect with them as well as my friends back at home.
Something they told me from the very beginning is that we will need sleep. So majority of my day is actually probably spent sleeping, and I was privileged enough to live with my cousins and my uncle here, so when I'm not sleeping, I'm bothering them. So it's either sleeping or being annoying.
I'm definitely someone who thrives in preparation, so I love filling my calendar up. Recently, I spent time with the current students of Philippine Science High School. They had so many questions about the Chica, about Miss Universe Philippines. But more importantly, I just wanted to reconnect with where I came from and give back and share my story as an engineer in Silicon Valley. And I know some of them aspire to become that as well. So aside from resting, I also love working out. I'm someone who goes to the gym every day. I think recently I posted a video of me doing handstands. So fun things like that, and yeah, rest talaga and giving back to the community.
Okay girls, thank you. End na tayo. So hello, good afternoon. My name is Oyel for the Philippines on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. Okay, for the final question, as a human resource personnel too, so instead of why should I hire you, I'll ask you our favorite question. So, why should you be our next Miss Universe Philippines 2025?
One more question.
Isa
Sa HR kasi wala nang second time yung question. Okay, the question is, why should you be the next Miss Universe Philippines 2025?
Okay, so for a while, I remember growing up, feeling that I had such a big purpose. Me and God had something big planned for me. But for a long time, I didn't even think pageantry was an option. You know, growing up in the Bay Area, pageantry isn't highlighted as much as it is here in the Philippines. So when I got the opportunity to become Miss Universe Philippines, San Francisco and now Bago City, for years I have been training and preparing for something that I wasn't sure for yet. But now that I'm here in front of you all, I feel that I have been training and preparing and becoming the best version of myself that someday will become the best version of Miss Universe Philippines.
Thank you. Okay. Taylor?
I believe that I should be the next Miss Universe Philippines because I believe that I truly have the heart of a true Filipina. You know, as I mentioned earlier, I shared a little bit about my story. And when my mom passed, I was really left in a place where I did not know what to do. And I was still in a place of darkness. And I'm proud to say that through Miss Universe Philippines, I'm able to share light in my darkness and that I'm able to turn my pain into purpose. And that is something that I believe that as us Filipinos, we have been doing for decades. And throughout our history, we have continued to rise up against our challenges and our struggles. And through that, and as a representative of a Filipina, I hope to become your next Miss Universe Philippines.
Thank you. Okay.
Done. I really believe in the power of representation. As someone who is in a male-dominated field, I know the barriers that we have to face as women to be taken seriously despite the fact that we have the same credentials as those others around us. And I also know that there are so many young girls out there who want to pursue science just like me and become a beauty queen as well. I want to be that representation for them. I want to showcase that there are so many things that make you beautiful and that we can redefine the definition of beauty in this century. I think that being a beauty queen is not just about looks anymore like it was back then, but about substance and authenticity and about pursuing your dreams. So that's my goal, to show the universe that there is so much beauty and brilliance.
Thank you so much. Doon na po nag-end. Anton, it's your turn. This is Anton from Pageant Talk.
Anton, what makes you unique? Anton Corcio. How are you?
Hello, so Anton from Pageant Talk. So we all know that this year is puksaan. So merong mga veterans and then mga newbies. So why do you think that you are the best candidate for the title of Miss Universe Philippines 2025?
I really don't believe in comparing women or pitting women against each other. So I don't think I am better than any other woman, but I do think that I am the best version of myself right now, and that's what I want to shine on stage. I want to show the universe that I've been preparing super hard for this, but also just enjoying the moment at the same time. So if you're asking me why I'm the best person, I think I'm the best person because I have so many stories to share. I'm a woman of representation as a science and engineering person, and I want to showcase that on stage.
Thank you.
For me, we have mothers, we have women who are married, and I think it's about time that Filipino communities also get represented. And coming from the Bay Area, I've come from such a diversely filled place, but with so many Filipinos and so much culture that has helped me become the best version of who I am today. And I want to showcase that to the universe and show everyone the Bay Area love and culture, but also the love of people from Bago and the love for me. And I think that makes me the best candidate for it.
As you've mentioned, this is a competition that is filled with veterans. And that can be quite intimidating, honestly. But also, I want to be proof that new faces have strength as well. You know, as all girls, I believe that, and as all girls and women, we all have something to offer and it's all equally unique and equally important. So that is why I'm so thankful for the Miss Universe Philippines platform, that it gives us the range of women, to show how diverse all of these type of women can be. And the reason why I believe that I may be the best is because I know and I'm secure that I fit what the Miss Universe Philippines platform may be looking for this year. And I hope that as the journey goes on, that will be more prominent and more viewed by the fans as well.
Thank you and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Next question, Pong Kanina. Charot.
Probably just a message, final message. And maybe your Instagram or how your socials.
So I just want to end off just saying thank you all for coming here to get to know us more. If you want to know me a little bit more, you can check my socials on Instagram as well as Facebook at Taylor Marie De Luna. Thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you all for being here. I'm so glad that I finally met all the faces behind these amazing Instagrams. I've made it so easy for everyone. My handles on Facebook and Instagram is just Kayla UC-san. Kayla, not Kyla. Kayla UC-san. Or Kyla, whatever works.
Wala kang choice.
I know. Huge thank you to every single one of you who came to support us today, the California girls. And thank you as well to those listening to this right now and to those supporting pageantry as a whole. If you want to know more about me, get to know my story, and see more photos of me, my handle is at Allison, ALLYSON_EE on Instagram and no underscore on Facebook. Thank you.
You are my charot lang. Listen. Oo nga, no? Pagulat na. Anyway, thank you so much to our delegates for taking the time to be here, especially our official media partners. Maraming salamat for being here, for gracing the event, to make sure you spread the good news about our delegates. And of course, to Mama A, Angel Camilla, for accommodating us here at the Vault BGC. Maraming salamat po. And to our guest, Miss Aika, and also Aces and Queens, Tatayo. Yes. And to all of you, maraming salamat. And before that, may I request a photo opportunity with our official media partners. Take turns na lang kayo. Would that be fine? Okay. Thank you so much.
This is the follow.
Okay, that's the
Sa habang nag-photo op, no? Hello, universe.
All around it.
Ano ba yung lahat ba? One by one.
Here.
Pwede din actually one by one.
One by one.
Sige, one by one
One by
muna.
one po.
Okay, sige.
One by one picture.
Yes, sige. Go ahead.
Should we stand or sit
Yes.
You just, what do you recommend stand? Okay, stand, please stand, dear delegates, para may different options. You are my universe.
Flash naman.
Mic. Ay, mahulog. It's like together. Who wants
One by one. The other makes it.
Okay.
Top 3 muna.
Ali.
One by one muna. Please step forward, Ali. You're at the, yeah. Okay, perfect.
Ali, you're right. Middle first. Middle, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Last one. On your left. So you're Ali's turn. More. Ali's turn. Ali here. Ali. Ali this side. Ali.
Fix it to yourself.
Slay.
Smile. Ganda.
Ali, one more. Ali here.
Ali, big
Ali for
fan.
1, 2.
Ali,
One more.
Correct.
Thank you, Beren. Ay, hindi sa kanya muna po. Sige.
Ano ba yan? Ali here.
Ali here. Ay, sorry. Hindi pala to.
Alisa, Malina.
Take pictures of what these people look like.
University student.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, got it.
Next.
Next, Kayla.
Kayla.
Kayla here, Kayla.
Middle first.
Kayla here. Hi, Kayla.
Hello po.
Guwapa.
Okay na? You're right.
Nakatapos.
1, 2,
One more.
Can you show me?
1, 2.
My shot. Oh, sorry pa.
One more.
1, 2, 3. One more.
Sa kanya naman.
Slay.
Sabo.
Ilan here? Photo.
One more here.
Here. Magkukurap, smile.
Kita mo, di ba?
Give me neck.
Walang hihinga.
Walang hihinga.
One more Kayla.
Hindi mo na Kayla. 1, 2.
Tsaka ano, hindi pa kumakanta si Allison.
Oo,
Yeah,
oo nga. Wait, to be fair, pinakanta ko nila last year.
Yeah.
Oo, I remembered.
Tsaka
Here, middle, middle.
Center.
That's sweet.
1, 2, 3. Here.
Over here.
Kayla na. Kayla.
Oo.
At this point, I go by both now.
Amanda.
Taylor.
And Swift.
Taylor here. Taylor photo. Taylor, freeze. Don't move.
Don't move.
To your right.
Freeze. And then freeze.
Isa pa.
Center here. 1, 2.
Okay, then group photo.
Perfect.
Yes.
Then group photo. Kami po.
Then, Miss Banda.
Group photo. Group photo ng media.
Yan.
Group photo ng media. Yan sila.
Sino mo na tayo? Ganda na mga kapatid. Oh.
Middle first.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
California
My name is Jackie.
To your right. Ganda.
Girls, okay, here, wait guys.
Freeze.
Girls,
Sabi mo freeze. Perfect.
Perfect.
Awaraw naman na.
Ano kayo? Saan?
Video.
Saan kayo?
Oh.
Ahora.
Oh. Hindi naman pala
Cheers.
Magkakilala man na ba kayo sa California?
Friends na kayo?
Kakalaban din sila.
Taylor.
Bear here.
Ito here.
Bear here mo na. Taylor.
Here from the Crown Philippines.
1, 2. One more. Okay, Kyla. Kyla.
Kyla.
Yan, kasama. Kyla na to.
Kyla Jane.
Kayla.
Instead of...
Thank you guys.
Space lang talaga to.
Dito na rin nakiaula ka sa kanila.
Allison.
Oh my God.
Face lang talaga to.
Bebe, to your
Bebe.
right.
Smile.
Ganda rin kayo.
Abby. So here.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. I am your host, Victoria Leslie Ingram. Keep safe and enjoy the rest of your day.
Kanta naman.
Kanta naman dyan.
Just one. Can we
Sa wagat tanghalan.
Singer mo, kumanta ka? Yes, I know, I knew it.
Bakit?
Yung speaking voice mo. Very well motivated.
We're members since high school.
You are definitely...
Baritone.
Yes, I knew it. Baritone.
Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Picture naman. Picture ka.
One more.
Ano ba yun? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
This is how you do a presentation. Good camera. Very good.
There was more. Behind the light.
Nag-reach na kayo. Then, ano eh.
Okay.